So today I came across the archive for my Tumblr page. You can look at all the posts from 1 month from 2018 or whatever. And I was having a lot of fun because I noticed that everything I posted at that time was corny as hell. But it was because we were having so much fun. We were so overexcited and over-energetic all the time. Everything was so gay. Everything was a joke. Everything was friends and friendship and having fun. And even when it was serious, it was full of energy and life. And on top of that, everything was corny as hell. But I was still laughing at a lot of the posts because I hadn't seen them in so long. And I was like, oh wait, no, that's genuinely, that holds up to this day. That's still funny right now. Or even better, it has a new meaning because of the time that's passed. It's been 7 or 8 years. And so these posts, they're not just corny, but they're also just funny and fun to look at. They spark joy, which is such a 2018 thing. And I was thinking about how nostalgia could maybe be a good thing. The problem is right now, we're so locked on to this idea that nostalgia is a weakness. It has some sort of negative effect that's going to bring us down and dilute the reality of the world around us. Rose-colored glasses type thing. And by the way, I 100% agree with this. Well, 99% now. After today, 99%. Because I think nostalgia is a conservative power tool. I think it functions to progress the conservative agenda. And I have felt this for months, since 2024 maybe. I felt like we've been living in the 80s. Everything I know about the 80s, everything I've ever learned about the 80s, society, economics, politics, culture, it feels like we're bringing it all back and we're just rehashing it. We're basically living in a Red Scare time. The xenophobia and the paranoia in society is next level. The way the government in the US are functioning is so Cold War level Red Scare bullshit. It's insanity. Everybody's obsessed with materialism and consumerism, and our rights are just in the fucking bin. Monetarism and general right-wing economics are just taking over completely. And I think they're just rehashing that idea to bring back the glory days of Thatcher and Reagan and all of that shit. Nostalgia is the fantasy tool that's being used to push that. I 100% think that nostalgia is the friend of fascism because obviously conservative ideology functions in a way that makes you obsessed with a past that never really existed. Although I completely agree that we should be very wary of the way that we look back at nostalgia, I think we should also find some goodness in the nostalgia that we're feeling right now for example, the 2000s. Everybody's obsessed with these dumbed down trends where we're using dumb technology and we're recapturing all the fashion and all the trends and all the things we used to buy back in the 2000s and what it was like in our childhood. If you're, born in the millennium and not in the 80s. And I think there's actually a lot of value in that because I think what we're doing is we're trying not to fall for this doomerism aesthetic almost, where it's just everything sucks, everything's the worst, everything's gonna die, everyone's gonna die. We're just basically sitting and waiting for the apocalypse to happen. History is over. Let's just all sit, cry, bitch, and moan, wait for it to happen. And it just never comes and never comes and never comes, and we keep on waiting and keep on waiting and keep on waiting. I think we're owning nostalgia, and I think we're de-weaponizing it, and we're turning it against our enemy a bit and reconnecting with our humanity. And I think that's a good thing, and I love it, and I hope we do it more. And our nostalgia is really a flipping of the narrative to say, wait a minute, we're only obsessing over the negativity of the past and everything that led us up to this point, because we're trying to learn history and understand what got us to this point. And so we're learning all the terrible things that have happened. But I think when I was looking through my archive, there was an overabundance of goodness. And I distinctly remember thinking, whoa, I felt like shit most days in high school. And yet somehow I was constantly having fun online. Good things were happening all around despite all the dismay and the discontent. So I was also experiencing that recognition of wait, hold on a minute. As truthful as all this terribleness is, our mistake is in thinking that the only thing we were experiencing since 2000 was badness and this technocracy and this hyper-conservative nature of the world right now and the fascism rising again and all these things. That's not all that we were experiencing. We've known good times. We've known that there's been goodness in the world. So this nostalgia is this recapture and this revisiting and this reimagining of the past where it's wait a minute, let's try and find a balance. Let's try and find a duality. Where is this truer to life reality where, yes, we know all these terrible things were happening, and we can remember all the good times too. We can have respect and admiration for the aesthetic and the styles of the technology at the time, and we can also respect the design of the technology of the time and say, hey, that's actually the kind of technology that I want to use in my day-to-day. I don't want to be on social media. I want to carry around an iPod and a cell phone and my wired earphones, and I want to have all these things, and I want to separate and compartmentalize, and I want to experience a more tactile, true-to-life form of commercial technology. And I think that's really important because I think that's an exercise in understanding, hey, there's more to life than present. There's more to life than what's happening right now in this moment. Literally, all of human history has happened. Let's be honest, the world is not going to end tomorrow, and it's not going to end anytime soon. That's kind of the horror of the apocalypse, is that, everybody is obsessed with the end of times. All of the left is basically worshiping at the altar of apocalypse right now, being like, oh my god, I can't wait for the day that revolution comes. You're praying for war and death and famine and destruction and the death of your neighbors. You're praying for that to happen, and you don't even have the guts to make it happen yourself. You want everybody else to go out to war for you. Like, how fucking dare you? And obviously on the other side, the right is doing the exact same thing. They're literally right now, the American right is supporting Israel because they believe that Israel, oh god, I don't even know if I'm able to say this, but Israel killing Arabs and Muslims, that amount of bloodshed will bring about the end story of the Bible. The whole world is waiting for everything to end because everyone is so fucking tired and so excited for the new life. But there is no new life. We only have this one, and we're not looking backwards, we're only looking forwards. So I think it's a grounding experience to reconnect with ourselves and understand, wait a minute, there was a lot going on in the past, and that can help us understand everything that's going on in the future. But not just the terrible things, we need to connect with the goodness too. That's kind of why I wanted to start the 2010's Rewind series. That's why I started with Rosalia. I want to do a video, I'm not going to do it yet. I kind of wanted to make it part of this one, but I'm not going to do it yet because I'm going to learn some HTML coding, and I'm going to make my Tumblr super cute and fun. Back in the day, you could design your Tumblr as if it were a separate website within the website, and it is so cool. So I'm going to see what I can do to make that cooler, and then what I'm going to do is make it a modern tutorial for Tumblr and be like, hey, this is why I joined Tumblr, this is why I love Tumblr, this is why you should join Tumblr, and I'm gonna make a how-to to be this is how you should use Tumblr, and then you all should download and follow me, and then delete TikTok forever and burn anyone who we're gonna start burning at the stake anybody who has a TikTok and anybody who uses AI. No, but I think the beauty of connecting with our presence and our memories online from years ago is that we can understand the value of what we've been through, really. And so it's going to be really exciting to look back at all the things and just see what life was like 10 years ago, 20 years ago, and just rethink all of it. I'm actually building a 2010's Rewind playlist, and so I think I'm just going to talk through that one actually very quick. So I'm still building it, but this was another thing that I did 3 weeks ago. I started just visiting a bunch of old songs that I used to listen to back in the day that I don't listen to anymore because they're cringy and 2000s-y and not my type, but I recognize the same exact thing that I recognized in my Tumblr, where it was yeah, these things are corny and cringy and whatever, but they're also good. They also hold up. They're fun. So a lot of Halsey. I forgot how much I listened to Halsey. I actually love her. There's a lot of her music I do not like. There is a lot of it, but a lot of it I do actually like. So, for example, Colors and New Americana from her Colors album. It is the titular... Oh, no, it's not. That album's called Badlands. I forgot. Anyway, the music videos are amazing for those. Do you remember? With the guy from Teen Wolf, and then she's in love with the dad. And in New Americana, it's a post-apocalyptic world and everything. So good. And then, oh my god, I was obsessed with this album. So basically, she made this rip-off album, Hopeless Fountain Kingdom, based on, loosely, the Leo DiCaprio Romeo plus Juliet story where it's like they're in this like fucked up 90s gang warfare LA setting, like the heat of the summer of LA, but there's this folkloric element to it that's so much fun. But from those, Strangers, Heaven in Hiding, and Alone are definitely my favorite ones. Oh my god, so back then there was so much gay music. This was something that I was like lamenting about with Tumblr. Back then, every single post we posted included 3 other people. Everything was a conversation between friends, and everything we were posting about was so gay. Every post was gay. Every post was a gay joke. Every post was about being gay. Everything was gay, 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 gay. And we couldn't stop fucking talking about it. We couldn't stop fucking getting it out of our head. Like, it just, everything was gay. The Blue Neighborhood trilogy came out. That changed my fucking world. That changed my fucking world. The trilogy music videos for Blue Neighborhood was universe altering. Talk Me Down is my favorite song on the entire album, but I used to listen to basically the entire album. That trilogy was just so amazing. And to jump off of that, also Hayley Kiyoko with Girls Like Girls, the most amazing, beautiful, fun, exciting music video of all time. And also What I Need with Kalani, Curious, and Feelings. This whole album, Expectations, was just, it was really something. Another person that I love, who, you know, she's very controversial, but like, you gotta respect the music, because holy shit, is Katy Perry. The songs I have on this so far are The One That Got Away, which, if you remember well, Diego Luna is in that music video. Also, she has old person makeup on. She's like dressed up as like she's old and reminiscing about the past, and she looks amazing. Like, it's super high quality stage makeup. It's crazy. Like, she looks really, really good. And then Teenage Dream and Hot and Cold. Hot and Cold is so good. The music video is so fun. The lyrics are so inappropriate. Also, Selena Gomez, Hands to Myself. The video to that song is insane. She's a freak. She's a fucking freak. And I love that. The same with Same Old Love and Bad Liar. The music video to that one is also fucked up. Also, do you guys remember 13 Reasons Why? The song that she did for that, Back to You, is an amazing song, and I love listening to it all the time. Oh, hi. Sorry. I've added something else because I just went on my Letterboxd and I saw that I completely forgot I have this. A movie list called Movies That Actually Don't Suck. To me, they don't suck. To me. And they're all from like the early 2000s-ish to 2010s. First of all, Percy Jackson the Lightning Thief. I watched that, I think, at the beginning of this year, and it was so much fun, so corny, so quirky. I had the time of my life. Another one that everybody hates on, well, nobody's watched it, to be honest, but everybody who watches it says it sucks. It is my favorite adaptation. My second favorite adaptation of any Shakespeare play. My favorite adaptation of Hamlet, which is Hamlet 2001, which is set in New York in 2001. It's amazing. Episode 2, Attack of the Clones, Star Wars. I think that movie is also really good. I think the CGI is so incredibly detailed, and I think it should be given more credit. Burlesque is the campiest, most what the fuck, what's going on film of all time. And I think everybody should watch it. Anyway, that was just a little run through. I was going to make a whole video specifically on the 2010s Rewind, but I haven't really finished it, and I just wanted to like add something onto this video, just to give you an idea of like, what I mean by like looking back and looking through those things. I just think there's a lot of value in reminiscing. I think there's a lot of value in nostalgia. I think there's a lot of value in balance and understanding the good and the bad as two independent things that were happening. Some days were good and some days were bad, and we need to respect that, and we need to reconnect with what we were doing, what we were loving, what were we doing well, what were we good at, what were we excelling at. And apparently we were excelling at friendship and connection and like being ourselves and like a childhood wonder of the world. Like, don't get me wrong, I literally was 17 obviously, and all my friends were like tops 23 or something on Tumblr. They were all lesbians. Everyone was a lesbian on Tumblr. I was the only non-lesbian. And I should have been a lesbian. But I wasn't, so, you know, it's fine. They accepted me for who I was. A gay non-binary boy. I think music is amazing right now. I think film is doing pretty well for what it is right now. But I feel as though even when something is good, it doesn't feel real anymore, because for the last 5 years or so, everything feels, and now it's like, oh yeah, Photoshop is fine, CGI is fine. By the way, I don't know if it sounds obvious through my voice, but I am lying and splaying out my entire body all over my bed. It's so hot. I need to be in this fan. So if my voice sounds weird, it's because I'm literally just like sprawled out on my bed, trying to get all my thoughts out. This is a really informal video. I know like my first video with Rosalia was like super like essay-y and like, oh my god, let's like analyze all these things. But I want to do a mixture of the two. Like some days I want to do like super informal videos, and some days I want to do like essay videos where it's just like, this is something that I've noticed in media, and then another day it'll be like, guys, what do you think about Tumblr? You know, like it's just gonna be fun. And I think you should look back at your posts, and you shouldn't just look at the photos, connect with the text, like read the comments on your oldest photo on Instagram, read the caption, read the hashtags, read all the cringy things, read it, like find your Tumblr. My friends found their old 5sauce stan account Tumblr, and we were like reading the posts like last year, and it was the most like cringy, like it genuinely was giving me like a nervous breakdown, hyperventilation attack, and it was also the most exciting thing of all time. It was like a horror movie, and I loved it. And that's like good, like you need to do that. Photos aren't good enough. They're like these still images that make you imagine, whereas text like pushes you to engage with it. And I think that's what we need. Like I think we need analog, I think we need text, I think we need reading and comprehension and like connecting with the words we've said, and not just imagined ideas through images. Anyway, stay tuned. I'm sure I'm gonna make more videos. Anyway, love you. I've made a long list of videos, so I'll just start making them as quickly as possible. Anyway, love you all. Bye bye.
Oh, and Senator, just one more thing. Love your suit.